Give us a call. We are live. We're live, and we are ready to go. A couple plugs. Let's get them out of the way real quick. This weekend, I'll be in Minneapolis at the New Hope Cinema, Friday and Saturday. 8:30 Friday, 8:30 Saturday, the New Hope Cinema in Minneapolis. Next weekend, this is going to be big. Bonnie and I are at the Red Clay Comedy Festival in Atlanta. Friday night, we're doing our live podcast, and we'll have a celebrity comic be our counselor. And I'm looking into a couple names.
We are?
Yeah.
Wait, that's at the
festival. It's also at the Boston Festival, but we're doing it Friday at the Red Clay Comedy Festival. And Saturday, we're doing the Late Nasty show, the last one of the festival. So that's going to be the big one. That's Saturday. So that's the 16th and 17th in Atlanta. What?
But the Wednesday before, the Wednesday the 15th or the 14th, I don't know what day that Wednesday is.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Calgary, Alberta.
It's called Calgary.
Calgary, Alberta.
You're from there. You should know that.
I always say Calgary.
Yeah, but you're wrong. It's Calgary.
You think you're right?
I think I'm right.
Like, you think it's Hoboken?
It's Hoboken. You say Hoboken.
I say Hoboken because I feel like I'm giving it more. I'm elevating it.
That was a great song we played, and the reason we played it is, and that's why we played it. That's all I'm saying.
What, Chris?
That's why we played it.
What's going on?
Well, you know the meaning of the song?
I do. It's about a white kid who's watching TV on Africa, and he has to write a song about it. So his only experience in Africa is watching it through TV. That's it. That's the meaning.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
That wasn't the right answer, was it?
I don't know. I didn't. I mean, can't be.
Well, I got to tell you about my Sunday. My Sunday was insane. I'll probably talk about it tomorrow on Opie and Jim, but it'll be different and more listeners. But I was lucky enough to host a whole show on recovery, on addiction awareness in D.C. at the Monument, at the mall at the Monument, on the Monument. I got to host with Sheryl Crow and Steven Tyler and The Fray and Joe Walsh. And there was at
that was
times,
a tough one, huh?
Yeah, at times there was like 20,000. I think it was packed.
Okay,
it was packed.
First of all, I understand that you have a little bit of a problem with slur.
A little, yeah.
Right? But do you think that it... Stop.
Go ahead.
It aggravates the situation by having gum in your mouth.
I don't have any gum.
Rich, why are you lying? Go like this with your top lip.
Yeah, how do you like that?
I think you do.
I don't. But you're cut into it. And it was...
What?
All these people, you're cut into my story.
Well, just hold your story for a second because Lewis says he knows the meaning of that song.
What is it?
It's about a guy that visits Africa and he meets a girl and he has to decide whether he wants to be with her or not. So he has to either stay and be with her or leave and not be with her.
What does he do?
Doesn't say.
Oh.
Kind of leave it open-ended.
I think he stayed and then they shrunk his head at the end.
Richard.
Oh, maybe not. So, we'll find the meaning to that song at some point in our lives.
He just gave it to us. He Googled it.
Oh.
He's on his game today.
Oh, okay.
He's ready.
He is ready, huh?
Okay, go ahead. Finish your story about your addiction and Joe Walsh.
I'm just saying, I got to it was great to be up in front of that many people and do a lot of recovery material. Mm-hmm. You know, like the first set, I did like 4 minutes, introduce myself and kind of did some time up front. And
20,000 people?
I think towards my second set, there had to be about 20,000. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like that many. At least, yeah, easily.
All right.
Or
we don't need to know the exact
19,000.
fucking numbers, Rich. Just keep telling the story.
Then why did you ask?
Because I thought I didn't hear you say how many people.
Because I didn't have a count. I don't
wanted
know.
to give a ballpark. I wanted to give an image to
Lewis.
people. How many people were there? Oh, it doesn't matter. 10 or 20,000 people are still thinking the same amount. They're not able to imagine, I don't know if I'm actually, I didn't count every person in my imagination when I'm thinking of it.
Lewis, can you look up Sunday's show in D.C. at the monument?
Your
the
brain
number of
is
people?
getting crazier and crazier as we go along. You're so literal about everything.
Are you going to really get all crazy this beginning of the show?
I don't want to get crazy, but just tell your fucking story.
I'm just saying I got to host it, and it was a real treat that I got to...
You sound more boring than any fucking celebrity I've ever heard on a fucking talk show.
Are you crazy? Because you keep cutting me off. Why don't you shut up and let me finish?
Well, because you're doing this. And Joe Walsh, and we went out there, and
you want me to just fly through it?
It was... No, why don't you say something fucking interesting? You're like, it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was interesting that I got to meet.
You had all this time. You left on Sunday.
No, I didn't leave Sunday. I left Monday.
You left Monday, whatever. You left the stage Sunday night. You've had all this time to today to think about, what could I say about it? And this is what you've thought about to say about it. It was real fun. It was great to be up there.
First of all, I was saying it was amazing to be up in front of that many people, do that kind of material.
I bet it was, yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty. I think that covers it. I don't know how else I can say it.
You started it off like you had a fucking 100 great story. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell a lot more about it. You don't have any more to tell about it.
Yes, I do.
You're going to say the exact same thing tomorrow.
No, I'll say different things.
What? You don't have anything.
You know why? Because don't ask me questions, fuckface. You're not asking me anything. Go ahead, ask me something.
Did you talk to Sheryl Crow?
For 1 second. I said, hi, how you doing? She was kind of in a rush and, moving. And it was hard to talk to the musicians backstage because they were getting ready to go on. And I was standing by where I would introduce them. So it was hard to talk to them. I talked to, I think, one of the guys from the Fray, at the hotel the next day. But it's hard to talk. I talked to Paul Williams for a while because I saw him because
nobody else wanted to talk to him.
In a VIP tent, I talked to him. Mm-hmm. I talked to Dr. Oz a little.
What did you say to Dr. Oz?
I don't remember. Oh, I said, can we take a picture together? And then I talked a lot to him.
Tell the Dr. Oz story about walking into the
dressing room.
Dressing room.
He was having somebody who was doing his hair, like spraying it and brushing it. I'm going, what guy doesn't brush their own fucking hair?
I mean, that's getting a little diva-like.
It is.
You're going out in an outdoor it's not TV.
Well, it was streamed live. It was streamed live
on
AOL. What do you mean who gives a fucking nation full of addiction? And the parents there that lost their kids, they gave a crap about.
Yeah, they don't give a crap about him having combed hair.
No, not that.
That's
but you're
point.
Saying who gives a crap that it was live streamed.
No, I didn't. I was saying who gives a crap if it's...
You're sitting like you're so like you act like you're some like big time fucking like TV anchor woman sitting here. Like, look at her, the way you're holding your soda and sitting.
Oh my God, really? You're gonna come down on me for the way I'm sitting?
Well, but you're acting like big deal. No, it's a big deal that it was stupid that he had his hair done, but it was a big deal that it was live streamed. I don't know how many people must have saw it on AOL.
This guy just says, Kevin, go ahead. What are you saying?
Who the fuck still has AOL?
Or whatever. I don't know what it was live streamed on. It was live streamed on something. I thought,
it could have been AOL. They still do shit, even though no one...
Well, who knows?
I just caught something that, like, you said at the beginning of the story that you were hosting.
Yes.
And then you named all these people.
Yes.
And then Bonnie asked you if you talked to Sheryl Crow, and you said for like 1 second, backstage.
No, not really backstage.
You weren't hosting with them.
Wait, say again? I wasn't what?
You were just near them. You're like in the same fucking vicinity as them.
No, you don't. Listen, you don't know how it's set up, so don't try to call and fucking try to degrade me, you fucking idiot. There was two parts of the stage, okay? He hung up because he's a fucking idiot. They think they could attack, like they know.
I don't understand where he thought he caught you.
I know. The band came in from one entrance, and I came in from another entrance. and I hosted to the right of the stage, not right in the middle, and they came out to the middle. Okay, so I was in front of the big screen. So I came right out from behind there, and I saw.
It's not like a comedy show where you shake hands as they come out.
No, it wasn't
right.
that. They were coming from a different way. And I talked to Sheryl Crow, not on the stage, when she was down, on the grounds. I saw her down,
Kenny, go ahead.
Lewis was incorrect about the meaning of the song.
You're from Canada?
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh.
The song means nothing, I'm telling you.
Okay, go ahead. What?
It's personification.
Uh-huh.
The man is actually AIDS.
Okay.
He's what?
And the man is AIDS, and the rain is the AIDS cocktail.
Oh.
I analyzed it.
Right.
I'm an expert on Toto IV. That's a great album.
Yep. That's it.
Bonnie, I just want to say my wife thinks you're an inspiration. She started her own podcast with my brother-in-law because the documentary is great.
Oh, fantastic.
Is your wife a comic or an entertainer?
She's a high school English teacher.
Well,
so pretty much she's an entertainer.
She should be careful though what she talks about on the podcast.
Oh, she totally has to. She uses an alias.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Until she gets famous, and then
quits her job or doesn't care.
We've had conversations about it. She said, what if I get famous? Like, well, let's deal with that when that happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Go to Erin in New York.
Bye.
Bye.
Oops. I know why you want to go to Erin.
I like that name, Erin.
Erin.
What's up?
Go ahead.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Listen, Rich doing 20,000 people Sunday.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't compare to the 14 people Saturday night in Saratoga.
Do you go to the second show or the first?
Second show. Come on. You remember the Boots in the Beaver Shop?
This is what's crazy about this club I worked on Saturday. Instead of doing one show, they do two. The first one, they turn people away where they could have sat people. It's sold out. And the second one's empty. Do one at 9 o'clock and put more tables out. That's all. This guy had silver bracelets. Silver. He's spending $1,500 for a bracelet that's silver.
Who is?
This guy that was in the audience. This guy who's talking right now.
12.
What's that?
I said it was 1,200.
1,200 for silver. You get white gold for that.
Nah,
they were cool bracelets.
King Baby products.
What's that?
You can't buy King Baby products for that kind of money.
That's the guy's name? That's the artist? Or the?
Yeah, it's Mitchell Binder. King Baby's the shop.
Well, I was funny.
For your wife.
I ad-libbed the whole show that night. It was fun. And thank you for coming, man. You should have came to the first one. All right, cool. Talk to you later. Thanks.
So you went to Albany for 2 nights and then zipped over to D.C. to do your big...
Yeah.
Wow. So you went from a 14-person show to a 20,000.
I don't know how many did. Lewis, did you get a number?
No, I can't find it. Anything I look up in D.C. with monument is an actual monument. Like
no, look
really
up addiction. Show on
let's just say 20,000.
Just addiction awareness.
Well, Lewis, he's got to answer the phones.
Oh, well, we got enough calls. What show am I at December 5th? This guy Matt. Oh, in Connecticut. I'm with Florentine.
Carlin, go ahead.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Rich. How are y'all tonight?
Good.
How's it going?
Are you?
Is it Carlin from Ohio?
Yes, sir, it is. How are you, sir?
The golf ball guy?
You know it.
How's it going?
I'm doing just fine, man. I need some advice from you guys.
Quit.
I'm a newbie. I'm an open mic guy, and I take every gig I possibly can. I mean, shit gigs. I'll do in between bands. I'll do VFWs, Eagle Lodges, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my skin.
I still do. Go ahead.
What's that?
I still do, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just trying to get my skin a little thicker, so I take the perceived tough gigs, so the perceived easy gigs will, go a little easier for me. The question I have is, I live in a little town, 1,700 people, and we have a VFW, and I have never done well there. I had a show there Saturday night, and I had 15 minutes, and then I was introduced to band, and I flat out sucked.
Well, here.
You probably did suck.
First of all, they were probably coming to see the band.
Yeah.
You so it takes a different type of comic to open for a band. You have some good jokes. Some you have to work on. You're new.
Sure.
You dress like you think a comic should dress like.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? No, he does.
Yeah.
He'll wear like a tie
Like a funny tie.
A funny tie.
I wear white wingtips and a black suit and a purple shirt. And I'm trying to make that my stick and be like this creepy old guy. Is that probably not a good way to go?
Yeah, because everybody wants to hire the creepy old guy.
But also, why? I don't know.
Just write
the
comedy.
The shtick thing is a little
just
weird.
do stand-up. Go there in your fucking jeans. Talk about your life. Talk about being older. Talk about family. Talk about what's going on in your fucking life, okay? If they want to hear some old jokes from an older guy, they'll go listen to their uncle at a picnic. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you.
I'm not taking it that way. I'm trying to take my ego clear out of this and make it an intellectual exercise where, okay, this doesn't work, what will work? And trust me, I'm not getting my feelings hurt.
I'll tell you what'll work is being yourself. That's what will work. Okay, putting on a fucking outfit.
I feel like this is like a movie from the 80s where the guy is can't get anything to work, and then one day he gets caught in the rain and his tie gets a little burnt and he has to take it off, and he's like, and he gets up there and he just starts ranting about how shitty his life is, and that's when everyone turns and stops eating and starts laughing and cheering, and it's like,
that's how
the comedian has turned the corner.
Yes.
It's always
he does stuff with like a prop at the end, an undershirt or underwear or a bra or something. I don't know what you do at the end.
I throw T-shirts out to the audience. They don't have anything on them, and kind of like the joke's on them. They thought they got something, but they didn't.
So you're throwing out blank T-shirts?
Yes, sir.
It's ridiculous. Okay? Listen to me. Because I like you. I'm in Cuyahoga Falls next month. I'll let you do a guest spot. I'll only let you do a guest spot if you don't wear your outfit, and you could do whatever jokes you want because it's too late, but you have to come. It's too late to write new material by next month in October. No tie, no suit. You come in slacks or jeans.
Okay.
And I'll try to get you on stage. I'll talk to Pete.
I think you can wear a suit if you want.
But why?
Because I like a man in a suit. I think if I was a comedian, I might wear a suit.
Okay, no tie.
If I was a comedian, if I was a dude.
No fucking, no big tie. No.
All right.
And no T-shirts at the end.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk about it.
I'll shoot you one email, and I won't bug you to death like I did last year.
That's all right.
Okay.
I want to help you.
Okay.
All right. Do we have a friend of ours on the line?
She is. Go ahead.
Who's this?
Hi, you guys.
Hi.
How's it going?
I have an inside source.
What does that mean?
I have an inside source on the meaning of the song Africa.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
What is it?
I have a quote.
By the way, we should say this is our
one of
double
our two.
air quotes, Jenny, who is really your friend that you met.
Yes.
Where you went golfing for the first time?
Yeah, in Bel Air. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is Jenny, the therapist,
who helps us out sometimes with therapy on the air, but is also a friend who we'll have dinner with and not bring up therapy.
And she's too good for us, but we don't get it, but we try not to.
And this is not taken away from our Indian therapist in Denver.
Right, right.
Okay.
And the quote is, the song is about made-up memories, images, and stories of my time in Africa.
Whoa.
So what does that mean?
But it doesn't mean anything except that it was, probably just sort of a vague description of whatever he saw in his own mind. So very much not the storyline that your producer came up with.
Oh, wow, Lewis. She's calling you out.
There's no plot.
No. It's just he wrote a song.
It's like blank verse,
right.
Just, with little scenes here and there. It is.
It's got Kilimanjaro in there.
But that's what it is. It's just.
And how do you know this?
No, she's got an inside source.
It's deep throat stuff.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know it was all secretive.
Deep throat. Hey, I didn't name drop you to Paul Williams on
I love him.
on Sunday. He said he knows you and he plays golf with what's his name that sets the guy we play with, Steve.
Yes.
He said he plays golf with Steve all the time, and he didn't sing or anything. He just went up and talked.
Yeah. How did he do?
I couldn't. I had too much in my head going on to listen to to the speakers, you know, because I was off to the side, so it's hard to listen to the speakers, unlike the bands. You know what I mean?
It sounds like it was an amazing event.
It was insane. It was totally insane to be around that many people in recovery, or that also
Have been affected.
Or that been affected by it, you know, especially that lost. And I can't believe, like, I was talking to this guy and his kid who's getting clean from heroin. He said his kid lost like 15 friends from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, my first
Like
thought
when you
is,
say lost, you mean died.
died, yeah. And my first thought is, who has that many friends? But, you know,
That's a lot of
lost.
friends, yeah.
To lose, especially to you know, because heroin is an epidemic
Yeah,
now.
it is a lot of friends to lose. I think that's.
No, what I'm saying is, when I
People
was
know that, but it's a lot of friends to begin with.
when I was in high school, heroin wasn't an epidemic. It was pot, acid, Quaaludes. But these kids now in high school are doing heroin like it's
Quaaludes.
like it's nothing. And they're dropping like flies. They're, you know, 16, 17, 18 years old. So the whole thing was on awareness and getting more funding for addiction. And
So
you know,
what are the big drugs today? Still heroin and meth?
I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what they're really
there a
dying
bunch
from.
of new
And
drugs?
prescription meds are very big. You know,
Yeah.
abuse of Vicodin and Vicoprofen and Oxycontin and, you know, all those drugs that are pain relievers.
That's what I was thinking is so weird.
Opiates.
You know, it's like we still have such a problem with, you know, I mean, in some places pot is still, you can still go to jail for pot and stuff, but then you're prescribing these really heavy medications to kids, and then they're taking them every single day for good portions of their life. You know, it's weird that.
It's very weird.
Well, I mean,
It's very complicated.
they were
I
up there.
think a lot of kids are over medicated.
Yeah.
I mean, they were talking about the prescription drugs. I mean, people were talking, you know, Kennedy was there, Ted Kennedy's son, who used to be a senator.
Patrick.
Yeah, who wrote the book.
He's a really great guy.
Yeah, he spoke. An ex-governor from Massachusetts spoke. The Surgeon General was there. He spoke. You know, there was a lot of this actress that's on this show. She plays a mom or something.
Oh,
Too
really?
drunk. She's a tall. You know, you would know.
Oh, yeah. She plays a character named Bonnie, I think,
And she plays is she a drunk or something?
on
or?
the show.
Yeah.
It's called Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh, wait. You mean, what's her name? Christine something?
I don't know, an ex-Miss America. I mean, so many speakers, and then the bands, you know, a lot of the guys in the bands were in recovery.
Right.
You know, I mean, Steven Tyler was talking about it. Joe Walsh, who's been around for a while, and he, you know, I mean, these people are out there, so I'm not breaking their anonymity.
Right.
Because, I mean, they're at a concert that's being streamed talking about recovery and staying sober.
Right.
And you know, and then there was this VIP tent. It was just so cool, you know, and it's hard to soak it in too when you're working, you know, because you're working. But then it was cool. It was so cool. And I told Paul Williams that one day we'll play golf.
Great.
He seemed like a nice.
He's a lot of fun to play golf with. His game is kind of like mine. He's better than me, but it's similar.
That's cool. It's cool that.
How are you, Jenny?
I'm good. We're moving.
Oh my! Somewhere to some huge house in the hills?
No, actually not. Just to a really nice, you know, very reasonable, perfect-sized house for us.
Oh, nice.
And in an area of town that's closer to my dad and closer to work.
Well, sounds perfect.
You know what?
So it's there's a lot going on, but it's all really good.
Did you own the other place, or you rent?
Yeah. Yeah, we're selling it.
Okay. In LA, things like that go like in a day, right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's no inventory.
Oh, man. See, we got to sell our place. We got to get out. We got to do this. We got to make the move. We got to sell. My other golf friend, Roy, is getting married.
You've got another friend on the phone here waiting.
We'll take him in a second because I'm going to interview him, and he does the show with 3 other.
Let him tell it because
yes.
I think you're really going to fuck it up.
I probably will. I probably will fuck it up
already.
You know what? Can you see the hostility in her voice from the beginning since we've been on?
I have a question.
Go ahead. What?
Bonnie, what's happening with your book?
It's all's going well. I did an event on Friday night. I signed a lot of copies for independent booksellers of, whatever. I don't know what the Northeast, I guess. And
who'd you host it with?
I hosted it, but Jesse Eisenberg was there, who is the star of Social Network. He wrote a book, so he was there.
Wow. Cool.
So that was pretty cool. And then another woman. I mean, there was there was 4 or 5 authors, and they were all pretty big deals.
That's really great.
Yeah, so it was exciting. So.
And I have a copy. I'm going to start reading it this weekend.
So I gave Rich an actual hard copy of the book.
Paperback.
Yeah. So
you're going to love it, Rich. I also gave it to Joan, Bonnie, and she loved it.
Oh, it's so exciting. Thank you.
Loved.
Oh, you're the best. Well, I normally say at this point, if you want to get the book, you can pre-order it at Amazon. But now that I've met all these independent booksellers, you should wait and go to your local independent bookseller and buy the book there.
But no, if you
do both.
No, because you can be number 1 before it comes out.
I know, but I could be number 1 and that could be good for me. But the truth of the matter is that there's very few brick and mortar bookshops left, and you should go there. You should support your local bookstores. I swallowed the Kool-Aid when I got there and I talked to people. I was like, you're right.
First of all, don't ever say brick and mortar.
What should I say? 4 walls?
Yes.
Go fuck yourself.
Brick and mortar.
I didn't know as I came to the where I was going to say something. I didn't know what to say, so I just went with an old phrase.
It was a good phrase.
Okay.
It works.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Bonnie and I are getting along better lately.
Good.
She's our therapist. Good.
I'm going to go see my old therapist, I think, start again.
That'd be great.
I didn't like him, but...
I have no problem with you seeing other people. I still,
No, I got to see this guy because my anxiety's coming back. Maybe just this week.
All right. Well, thank you, Jenny. We appreciate you calling in anytime.
Okay.
Yes. You're the best. Tell Paul I said hi. The MC. Tell him the host if you see him.
Will do.
All right, cool.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we have one call, and then we have our guest coming in. Line 2, is it? Oh, also, Fontaine's calling
Can
in.
we just quickly go to Fontaine? Fontaine, go ahead.
Hey, Bonnie, missed you last week. Hey, Rich, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going?
Thank you. Finally, someone noticed I wasn't here. Although I'm going to pick it up because this has got to be one of the slowest beginnings to a show we've ever done.
No, it isn't. Jenny picked it up.
I mean, Jenny's great. We love Jenny, but come on, we're like this. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, we don't have a lot. Whoa.
I'm gonna get some energy going. Fontaine, what do you want to say?
Hey, I love how you put your foot in Rich's ass, and I know that he can take it. Instead of doing a show on addiction, he should do a show on diction.
I gotta hang up on you now. Okay.
All right. So, okay, we're on line number 2. Is this who's this? Mike? Hello? You're on.
I didn't. Sorry.
Oh.
There you go.
Hello? You're on.
Hi, Rich. Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good.
How you
How
doing?
are you?
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Michael Ronan. I'm out of Baltimore, and I've been doing stand-up for only 22 years.
22 years. Now, you've been doing stand-up, and you're on a tour with 3 other comics, right?
Well, let me back up and say, first of all, thank you for having me on. Myself and my partner, Tim Grill, us and two other comics. We all have disabilities. And
Wait. When you say your partner, do you mean like business partner or gay partner?
I'm sorry, Bonnie. My business partner.
Oh, okay.
We
we had a lot going on there for a second. Okay. So you and two other guys.
No.
Me and three others formed a group, and we are called No Comic Left Behind.
Aw, that's cute.
And
That's if you have a head start. Go ahead.
Wait, what's your name?
Mike Adonis. I worked with him in Baltimore years
but
ago.
you didn't say his name. You just said Mike when you got on it.
Michael Rodin. I had the best Rich Voss story, Bonnie.
Okay, but I don't know if we have time.
Yes, we do. We're gonna.
Okay.
He's got 10 minutes. I told him to call in. I want to hear more about his tour and stuff.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Bonnie, back in the 90s, Rich and I were working a room in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
And due to my cerebral palsy, I'd shake.
Uh-huh.
And Rich got on after me and said, Rich said, I'm so lonely, I'm going to ask Mike to get change out of my front pocket. It was so funny, Rich.
Thank you.
He wasn't joking though, Mike.
I was lonely back then.
He really did think about it.
So you've been doing stand-up for 22 years, and you have, what did you say, cerebral palsy?
Yes.
Now, the other three, what are they afflicted with? What is...
afflicted.
Isn't that when you say afflicted?
What? Could you list the afflictions, please?
Well, is that the wrong thing to say?
Well, their disability was they all had worked for Joey Novik.
Ah, boom.
Kidding.
I like it.
I'm kidding. Tim had spina bifida. Mike was deaf until he was 40, and then he got cochlear implants, and Shannon DeVito has multiple myopathy and is in a wheelchair.
Okay, the guy who got the cochlear, is that what you call it? What's it called? The implants for hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he able to speak after that?
Yes.
That's so amazing to me.
It must have been a shock to him. Like, my cousin is deaf. My cousin, throughout his whole life, has been deaf. I haven't seen him in 25 years. But
right, because you don't associate with deaf people.
No, he lives.
That was in our wedding vows.
Did he freak out after this or something?
No, he loved it, and then after he got the implants, a few years after he started stand-up, he's out of Rhode Island, and he's just such a sweetheart and so funny.
Now, the young lady with spinal, what does she have? Spinal
apathy?
Yeah.
What's that?
Your spine stops growing.
Yeah. So from the waist down, she's smaller.
Okay.
Legs, and that's why she's in a chair.
I saw you guys. Didn't you guys? Weren't you on TV? Didn't they do a news story on you or you did a Showtime special? You guys?
No, not yet. We just hired a publicist, and we have a campaign on Fund Anything for a publicist, so we're going to give this a big push and get on some national shows and get the word out there.
We're the first stop in your national media tour.
I'm sorry. I think the guys I saw on TV were all vets. Didn't we see them on something?
What?
They were all vets.
So what? They had lost a leg or something?
I think so. Do you know what I'm talking about, Mike?
Yes, I've know about that group. They're all vets and disabled.
Yeah, they're not as good as you guys, though, right?
No, I haven't really seen their show.
Very, very diplomatic of you.
Honey, I mean, you and I know, and Rich, you know, comedy is very subjective. And
Yes.
I really, what I find funny is just my opinion. It doesn't make it right.
Well, I mean, your opinion means more than most.
So, have you guys done any shows together yet? All four of you?
Yeah, we taped in April. We did a taping at the Stress Factory, and we had to wait 2 hours for Vinny to finish his phone calls. I'm kidding. I love Vinny Brand.
So no, come on, no, we don't appreciate that kind of talk here.
Yes, we do. He already trashed 2 bookers. he's already got his life against him, and now he's a wise guy. I like him.
No, I know. I didn't like the part where you're saying I love Vinny Brand. That's the part I took exception with.
No, honestly, Vinny stepped up and gave us the room to do our taping in, so I'm very grateful for that.
Well, go ahead.
So where are you guys next?
We don't have anything booked yet. Here's the catch-22. I feel we need to build PR so the word gets out, and then the bookings will come easier.
They will roll in. Am I right?
I really don't want to do clubs. We want to do colleges and small theaters. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just done with dealing with most club bookers.
Yeah, and also, a lot of clubs, they don't have wheelchair ramps. So that's a problem.
Bonnie, Rich, I just got to tell you, a couple of months ago, I was at the Borgata. I love the Borgata. And I walked out on stage, and, when I walk out, people are thinking, is this guy for real?
Right, they probably wonder if it's an act in the beginning, right?
Yes. So I get to the mic, I say, let's get this out of the way. What happened to me, I was in the green room, and Bill Cosby made me a drink.
That's funny. Very funny. Good opening. Well, good luck to you guys.
Listen, do you have a website you want to plug before we move on?
No, comicleftbehind.com, and then fundanything.com. We're on there. And Bonnie, nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
I bet you have.
Give us a call and
I'm excited to know what it is.
Give us a call in another 4 weeks and tell us your progress. See how it's going. All right. Don't bother me till that week, but call. In 4 weeks we'll have you on again. We'll see how it's coming along. All right. Do you want to do that?
Okay, Rich. Thank you for having me on tonight.
This is the nicest I've ever seen him to anyone.
One more time, give the website one more time, please.
It's nocomicleftbehind.com. Thank you both.
All right.
Thank you,
and we'll
Mike.
talk to you again in about a month or 5 weeks, okay?
All right. Bye.
Take care.
All right, cool. Good luck, man. He's a nice guy. I worked with him in Allentown years ago.
Yeah, it's got to be difficult when you go out on stage and the audience doesn't know what's going on here, and you have to one time I was at NACA. Then we're going to get to our guest. Erin Berg is here. Welcome, Erin.
Welcome, Erin. Thank you.
Erin also has obviously handicap.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. But he said, so the guy comes on stage and he was in a wheelchair and he had
Chris.
a tough time talking. I don't remember
Chris,
the guy's name.
Producer.
The audience loved him. Okay, they went nuts for him. Gave him a standing ovation, which I was hosting the event. I said, I think it's a little mean to give somebody in a wheelchair a standing ovation. But so they turned on me at that point a little bit. But afterwards, I was like, "Hey, how many schools did you get? I mean, they loved you." He goes, "I don't want to do his voice," but he was like, "I didn't get any schools." Those fucking assholes. You know what I mean? Like they're like right in front of him. They're so like, "We love you. You're the greatest," and then it's like
they give him no work.
Nothing.
Right, but you don't get them all that day, do you?
You get a lot right there and then. Yeah. I mean, that's basically what happens.
Do you do that? Have you done that?
In Canada, I did it, and then they come up to you and they're like, "Hey, you should come work our schools," and then you get like a year where you're really hot, and then you're too old to do it. I'm too old to do them.
Yeah, I haven't done the college since,
They didn't like me.
Get out of here.
I would have got like 3 schools, but you really have to get a lot of schools to make it worth your while because you have to it has something to do with you have to the way they book
do them in a row. They block book them.
Yeah.
But they have to be so clean in this country. Like I heard all the clean comics get college work.
No, I've done colleges. I haven't done one in maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
But if they're going to hire me, they know what they're going to get.
Yeah.
It depends who, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. If you get I've done some where, actually not, up in New York State, but I'm not going into Princeton or Harvard or doing shows there. Mostly SUNY schools or whatever, like Binghamton or whatever. I don't know. You're right. You got to be correct, but if you're hiring, if you're hiring, Big J, you're going to get crowd work and dirty stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to get edgy stuff from me, but brilliant.
What are you going to get from you, Aaron Berg?
A lot of energy and tight T-shirts.
No, yes.
Yeah.
You love tight T-shirts. Okay, so let's go back to, you're from Canada.
What part?
Toronto.
Have you ever been to Calgary?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Calgary.
Told you. And you're from Canada and I'm from America.
How do you say it?
Calgary.
Oh, I said Calgary.
Calgary.
But he's from East Coast.
It's the educated pocket of Canada.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Well, I'm proud of saying Calgary. Okay? I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm going there next Wednesday.
I'm going to go there in January. Where are you going?
I don't know what the venue is.
Comedy
it's some
club
festival.
Or just one
It's
thing?
a festival. It's a one-off.
On a Wednesday. What kind of festival is on a Wednesday?
Maybe it's all weekend. I'm just coming in for the Wednesday show. I don't know.
You didn't look it up online, what festival you're going to?
No, I didn't really. I did a bunch of press for it, too, but I didn't talk about it, really.
You didn't look at what other comics are going to be there, what nights it's going.
No.
You know what? It's almost...
My sister's driving up from Edmonton.
That's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about
down,
is...
I guess. She's driving down.
What we're talking about is your lack of motivation and concern for what you do sometimes, and I have to deal with it.
What do you give a shit?
At some point, it comes back on me somehow.
How?
I don't know.
You're trying to start a fight. Look cool in front of Erin.
I think maybe Bonnie's just like so in the creative pocket. It doesn't matter where she is or when she is. She's going to do what she does.
Thank you. I can't do anything else anyway. It's not like more information is going to help me.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. If you knew who was there, you might know.
When I did this thing on Friday night, that Booksellers Association thing, I didn't know what I was doing when I got there.
I think you just care about when's the flight. Am I staying in a nice hotel? And how long do I have to do? And even that doesn't matter. You just show up and do it.
Well, how long do I have to do? I do care.
You do ask? I don't care.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, I don't care how long.
But I don't care. I don't find out who's going on before me. I show up at gigs. I don't know who my opening acts are. You always want to have a little bit of a say in that.
I do want to say in who opens for me because I don't want somebody lighting themselves
I think you're
on
right
fire and doing backflips in front of me, even though most of the times they are. There's always some fucking, you know what I mean.
High energy wants to try it, yeah.
They think they're gunslingers.
So do you then say, I don't want to work, I don't want this guy to open for me?
No, I don't want to take work out of someone's mouth.
Yeah.
If they're already booked, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
But when I take the date, I try to say, put this person or that person. But if they already have somebody, I will never get them. I don't want anybody to lose money.
Right.
There's this rapist who works, or used to work in Canada, and he just got charged with rape. But
Really?
everybody knew for a long time he was a rapist. Nobody wanted to work. He threw a woman out of a car
Can you
once.
say his name since he's been charged?
His first name is Rob. How about that? Nobody would know who he is, really.
But I might.
Yeah, no, I don't think you guys ran the same service.
Okay.
He came up after you, and he threw a woman out of a car. And I remember, like, once they'd scheduled him to open, and I said, I don't want this guy to open for me. And they're like, everybody says that we have to give him something.
Why
he
do they
has
have
open
to?
for you. I think it was a political thing up there. Like, he was working with Yuck Yucks, and I think that they were like, we got to put him on some show.
Yeah.
So they put this guy on my show.
Was he funny?
No, it was all like stolen stuff.
Oh.
It was all like recycled Russell
Oh,
Peters
I
jokes
definitely
and
would not want a guy who's known for stealing jokes to go on before. I wouldn't want anybody watching my
Well,
set.
so you don't mind a rapist before you?
The rapist part didn't bother me that much. I mean, look at him. I was like, the truth of the
Does he
matter
write his
is-
own stuff? That's what's important. Yeah.
You got me, but I don't consider myself all that rapeable, but I do consider my stuff stealable.
Yeah.
So, but what do you mean, like, everybody knew he raped? Was he raping comics, audience
No,
members?
this guy was going on the subway raping people. He'd go up to women and be like, I work for a talent agency. And you could tell he didn't. Like, he didn't look Jewish at all. And then they took him, and he'd take them to a park and be like, let's go sit down and I'll take some pictures of you. And he had, like, either his...
When I was in Toronto last time, they were talking about this guy.
He's a real guy. And he was such a dick.
Oh,
and
my
he'd
God.
go to the park and take pictures, and then he'd be like, hey, maybe you want to suck me off. And he'd, like, force these chicks to give him a head in a park.
Is that rape? Head?
Yeah, head's rape, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Bonnie, take this call. This guy's... Hold on. This guy...
Maybe it's him.
And then give us a call, folks, at 866-969-1969.
Go ahead.
Okay, the opening song is about Jim Norton getting peed on by a black girl.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm really pissed off Rich called Cunty McFarlane fuckface.
Yeah, right? You stick with Cunty McFarlane. I feel like that's...
And Bonnie,
Yeah.
how disappointed does your fuckface look?
I think I have a natural resting fuck face.
But you know what? Here's the thing.
Kind of like a stroke?
Hey, Paul. Paul, you have
Bell's
a chance
palsy.
to... Paul, you have a chance to talk on radio.
He waited
And
for a long time.
And this is the fucking horrible bullshit you can come... Are you fucking just stupid? Are you just stupid? Don't you have
That's some
anything...
good shit.
Don't you have anything that you want to put out in the world that's fucking positive or something that could help somebody?
This is coming from Rich Voss,
No.
which means...
I mean, you're just...
You
you're-
really
I
fucked
thought
up,
that
Paul.
was pretty good shit.
No, it wasn't. It's
I write
fucking...
all the time, you know, and I'm working on shit. And yeah, it might have bombed, but I fucking put it out there. You know, what else can I do? I'm struggling. You know, I'm a working writer, comedian. You know, so if I'm not afraid to put my shit out there in front of some of the best comics in the world.
Wait, so you're a comic, okay?
Oh, the best comics in the world don't listen to the show.
Okay, listen to me,
guys.
Paul. I'm not going to... Now I'm going to help you. Now that you say that you're a comic, and I'm going to help you. As a new comic with horrific material, okay, as we just heard.
It was on the fly.
It was on the... No,
Well, it
wasn't.
wasn't. You waited for 40 minutes
I
online.
wrote it on the fly. you
Oh,
know,
but yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't going to change my bit, you know, through the last 30 minutes that I was on hold.
Okay,
I was
but don't you...
with my bit.
Don't you think how long you been doing comedy there, Paul? About...
Holy shit. Since I was 5 years old and bombing in
I
front
came out of my mother's womb. I looked around. I said, "Where's the applause?"
I apologize. You know, I've been, since in about 2005, I started going in front of some bands in some bars, and now I'm trying to get myself into some
Comedy clubs?
Casinos down in Mesquite, Utah, and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Okay, so don't you think a guy that wants to do comedy that has only accomplished doing a show at in a garage in front of a garage band?
No, well, okay, yes, true.
Yeah. That was a good rebuttal, really quick.
Don't you think when you're calling...
I've done a little bit more than that, but, the majority of it has been that.
Listen.
But it doesn't stop me from fucking getting out there.
Shut your face and listen.
To the opportunity
Shut
to
up.
come in front of
You know what I like about him is that no matter what's going on in the audience, he's going to get his comedy out.
what I'm trying to
not
help
gonna
you.
stop.
He's scared of silence. He doesn't like silence.
I digress. I'm listening.
Paul, don't you think? Now think about this.
Think about
a guy who's fucking just starting comedy, who's calling a radio show with a headliner, Aaron Berg, a headliner, Bonnie McFarlane, a major headliner with Richard Voss.
Yes.
Don't you think you're
A
cool?
legend. You should have said legend, Richard
Don't you
Voss.
think? Don't you think your best bet on this call should have been, hey, maybe I could get some advice. Maybe I could talk to them and figure out how I can get to the next step or the next level instead of
No, I think
coming
he was
on.
right. I think he was right to do this.
I gotta admit, with the Toto, I felt the rain down in Africa, the Jim Norton getting peed on by a black girl reference was dead on.
No one cares about that old hacky. I pissed on Norton, and Norton gets peed on and transferred.
you pissed
Nobody
on
gives
Norton?
a fuck about that
I really
anymore.
thought that
Did
was
you
great.
piss on Norton?
No, I said nobody gives a fuck about the
You
old
said
hacky.
I pissed on Norton.
No, I said nobody cares anymore about Norton being pissed on or
Aaron, you heard him say
He did
that.
say it, but I think he intended quotation marks
say
around
I
it.
pissed on Norton.
There was quotes. I think there was
felt the
quotes.
rain down in Africa.
No, I meant I as in people, not I as in me.
All right. Well, Paul, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
All right. Take care.
I love how abusive you are, and then he's like, "Love you guys."
I know.
No, but it's not
People
abuse-
know what they're getting when they call the show.
Give us a call, 866-969-1969.
Well, actually, we're going to go on break.
No, in 5 minutes. When
I
do we
know,
have
but
break?
let's talk to Erin a bit, and then,
Okay,
then they
but
can
let me-
call after. I don't want them to.
All right,
Because
don't-
when
yeah.
you see a call come in,
Yeah.
and your fucking OCD brain, you have to take it. Like, I would have just let that guy sit there for.
All right. This weekend
The
I'll
whole
be at New
show.
Hope Cinema in Minneapolis. And next weekend, Bonnie and I at the Red Clay Comedy Festival, October 16th and 17th in Atlanta. You got something coming up real quick?
Yeah, I'll be at Caroline's on Broadway on Wednesday night, 7:30, headlining.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow night?
night.
Tomorrow night.
Great club, great comedy.
Well,
So, no,
remember-
we'll talk about this thing after we
Can
get
I
back
just
from
say
break.
one thing? Fucking slow it down, calm it down.
You're the one who said bring it up, pull it up. You said we got to pull it up.
Right, I did. But then, how come you never let me do my plugs? You just go, and she's this, and she,
I was getting to you.
I want to be plugging Calgary.
Not until you say it right.
No, I say Calgary. That's how I
Where
say
are
it.
you in Calgary? Where are you?
I
Name
don't
the venue.
know.
I'm
Then
gonna
how
Google
can you
this.
plug a
I'm
venue?
going to
you don't know?
find out.
I'm
Then
going to
plug
Google
in
this comedy festival. I'm going to find out where it
That's
is.
why I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, but people will know when they're in Calgary. They'll be like, "Oh,
What if somebody's coming from Edmonton and wants to see
they'll
you?
Google." It's the same Google. It's the same
Just
international
know the event
Google.
you're working at. That's what I mean. It'll help you.
If you're in Calgary,
Yeah, she'll be at Tim Hortons in Calgary. at the
drive her out.
Tim Horton fucking.
There's so many Tim Hortons in Calgary.
yeah.
They're all over. They're in this state in the States now.
Yeah, but they're not as popular here.
But
as
like
they
New
are.
Hampshire and stuff.
Not like a Dunkin' Donuts.
All right. See you in a bit. We're taking a break. I just found out October 14th, the festival I'm at is the YY Comedy.
YYC.
I know it's YYC, but the C is in the comedy.
Oh.
So I didn't know if I should
YY
say
comedy.
the
Fest.
YY. Look up YYC Comedy
Yeah.
or something. But I still don't know where I am performing.
But it'll be somewhere great.
Oh, did you read that story about Al Ray, by the way?
The last I heard, he came out of the closet like a year or two ago. Did you hear? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, comedian Al Ray.
Yeah.
I don't know his new name. Maybe it's Alicia or something. He's
Get out.
yes. I saw an article about it, and I didn't know that he was gay or in the closet or anything about him.
I don't think
So
anybody knew he
it was quite shocking. It was quite shocking to me.
Yes. So now he's
So he's a very funny comedian. You think of him as a dude comic, and now Lara, Lara, or Laura. I guess I'd say Laura Ray.
That was very quick.
Our producer is so fucking great.
It was very quick. He came out of the closet maybe like 2 years ago. He was a man's man, you would say.
Yeah.
I think he had a wife. He had children. They had a pet rat, which always threw me off. That made me thought, but I never thought he'd go transgender from a pet rat. Al Ray.
We're talking about Canadian comedians, and this Canadian comedian Al Ray, very funny guy.
He got bit by a rat and went transgender.
He was bit by a transgender rat. No, he I just read an article, like, you know, when you're laying in bed about to sleep and you're scrolling through your Facebook, and there were Al Ray transitioned. Laura Ray is his name, or Lara.
Well, I just
Laura
worked in
Ray.
Buffalo with a transgender girl all weekend. Well, no, just Friday. And then did the radio show with her. Why do I forget her fucking name? But she doesn't mind the joke I do. Like, it was a guy host, then her, then me. And I told the audience they just saw the real live version of 2.5 Men. But she was in New York once. I don't know if you met her. She sat at a table. I think we sat down or walked and said something to her on the way out.
Like something mean?
No. She was on Bobby's podcast, on Bobby Kelly's podcast.
Who is this?
She's, I forget her name.
Oh, it doesn't matter then.
Oh, very attractive?
No, she's all right. She used to be a guy. She's a girl.
She has a podcast, right?
No, she was on Bobby's podcast.
I don't
She's
know.
from Albany.
Okay. I saw one the other night, and she had the biggest hands I'd ever seen on a
I think that's
person.
offensive.
Big
I
hands?
saw one.
I saw one of them there things the other night walking around with their
I don't know if
confused
that's-
genitalia.
Sensitive as we could be on the subject.
All right, give us a
Huge
call.
hands.
866-969-1969. Aaron Berg, who has broken a record
Okay, yeah, let's talk
in
about
comedy.
this.
Oh, wow.
Who's broken a record. I mean, listen, there's people in this room that have records in
First of all,
comedy.
how long were you doing stand-up in Canada?
10 years
And then,
before I moved here.
And then
You went to Florida before here, right?
No, I just go to Florida sometimes to golf and do comedy.
I
I
thought you
never
had a
lived
house there. I thought you lived there.
But
my
were you ever
dad's
a
got one of those
dancer,
old
or
Jewy
that's just a
places.
fake thing?
Yeah, I was a dancer.
You were a dancer.
Yeah, but not a good dancer.
What kind of dancer? Male go-go?
No, like a stripper. I was a stripper
No
for a while.
fucking way.
Yeah, way. That's the real thing.
In Canada or in Florida?
In Canada.
I don't
But
know
you
why
got
I
a
keep
good-
going with the Florida thing, even though you're like,
Yeah.
no, I was not living in
Because
Florida.
Rich and I talk about golfing in Florida.
But you have
sometimes.
you have a good body, but you're not. I mean, you're kind of ugly.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Kinda.
dude, not in a bad way.
I
Not in a-
respectfully disagree with Rich Fox.
No. I can't tell. Is he good looking?
Yes,
Is he a good
very,
look-
of course.
No,
I bet
don't-
I bet he gets babes all the time.
Is he better looking than Joe DeRosa?
Yeah. If we're using Joe DeRosa as the benchmark.
Okay, is he?
Yes.
He's in between DeRosa and Gary Goldman.
Yes.
I think I'm better looking than Gary Goldman. I think it's a very different look. I think if you're into tall, sinewy Jew, then you would go with
I don't
Gary.
see him as sinewy.
I
to be
don't know
honest.
what
He
sinewy
seems
is.
thick to
I think
me.
it's like svelte. I think those are similar.
Is he better looking than that guy Jeff?
Who's Jeff?
Jeff. No,
Leave.
I don't think anyone is.
He's not. Why is he good looking? He's
He
regular.
just is.
Who's Jeff?
The tall guy from England at the cellar. You don't go to the cellar.
Oh,
You're
the
always
guy
at
with the long
cellar.
hair?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something about that guy.
What?
That guy. Okay, I don't think universally I would not rank him as good looking.
Wait, we got to give people the name
But
so they
he's
can Google.
incredibly sexy. Like, he just
Yeah.
emanates
Why?
sex. I don't know, but I saw two women the other night, like, fighting to make out with him.
They
Because
all
I'll
do.
tell you why. Because you guys don't know.
It's the accent.
No, it's not. He's nice. I don't know if it's made up or whatever, but he acts like he gives a shit about what you're saying, and he'll like.
Yeah,
he
because
always
he's new
asks.
in town.
I don't care what it is. It fucking works.
He's fucking
It
new.
just works
Are you
on the
kidding?
ladies.
I see accent, Bonnie, and he's very charming.
He's very
but
charming.
if you went to England and worked, you'd see probably like 100 comics that you'd be like, oh, they're so sexy because of the accent.
But
I
I like.
think.
I don't.
not just
Is
the
he a
accent.
sex symbol? Like.
I think he looks like Russell Brand, but not as sinewy.
I like
He's
him
not.
as.
He's not as greasy looking.
Yeah.
No,
as
I get
Russell
along
Brand.
with him. We're doing this show Sunday night. I thought we were supposed to give free
Oh
tickets
yeah,
away.
if you call in and if you can come up with Jeff's last name.
I know his last name.
I just remembered it too.
We're
So
supposed to give 5 free pairs of tickets
5
away.
free tickets away to the show on Sunday. It's in the Lower East Side. We'll tell you where it is when you call in. I can't remember.
Yeah, but well, come on. I think I'm better looking than him. No, maybe not.
I don't know. I mean,
It's you know what it is for women. It's hard to just go like
He's
guys.
sexy.
Guys can just go exactly by looks. They can just take a snapshot and tell you if somebody's better looking than the next girl or not. But for girls, a lot of things come into play.
It's a whole package.
It's a whole fucking
Yeah,
thing.
it's a whole deal. He's got, but I look at him and I was like, okay, if I was, and I can look at men in a very homoerotic way. Your husband's a very attractive man.
Mm-hmm.
I am?
Yeah, sure you are. And
No, you're just saying that because I'm here.
seriously, he's a good-looking dude.
He's a good-looking
you know that.
dude.
And then, but because I'm in the gym so much and I was a bodybuilder, I can assess a man's physique in a way that's gay but not gay.
Well, because
and I look
Jeff
at Jeff,
doesn't
I'm like,
have the
he doesn't
best-
have a good
No,
body.
but he's confident with it.
But he's probably acting
He doesn't
a fucking
care.
mule.
I think he has a big cock because he says on stage, he's like, I've got a huge cock. And then someone laughs, he's like, don't laugh, that's not a joke. And then he just goes on to the
Well,
next
He
look
joke.
how
walks
tall he
around
is.
and he talks to people like
But
he's got
look
a huge
how
cock.
tall he is.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is? I never saw his set, so I don't know if he's funny or not. I'll tell you, I never saw it.
Yeah.
But when you have such a big unit, you can't be as funny as a guy like me. But then
Yeah,
again,
because you're
then
pushing more to make up for it.
I know guys
Yeah.
that do have big fucking units that are very funny.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking monsters.
Yeah, but let's talk white comics.
Okay.
Gary's got to have a big cock.
I don't know.
I mean, he's a big man.
No, I don't know. He is a cock. I like him.
I'll tell you somebody I know for a fact has a big cock. I don't want to say his name, but you wouldn't think it.
Who? Dan Natterman?
I don't want to say it now because he's married and stuff. I don't know.
Dan Natterman.
What do you mean? You slept with him?
No, I didn't. I just happened to
You
see
saw
it
his
once
cock.
because whatever. We hung out a lot and he changed and I
In the back of the car.
saw a peek of it.
No. Does he have no pigment?
Yes.
You made out with him?
I didn't. That wasn't that's not the situation. That's not the situation.
Do you get repulsed over these old stories about hearing about cocks? up
Yeah,
on
you know,
his
I
stuff?
wrote a book.
Yeah.
No, but he won't read it because he's scared he's
I'm
going
gonna read
to
it.
come across some information like that.
Really?
No, I know a bunch of comics that used not a bunch. I know a couple. You don't know the ones I slept with. I don't fucking.
I know one of them because one of the girls,
Yeah,
after
but
I got engaged to Rich, she came up to me at a club and she goes, I guess Rich told you that we slept together. And I was like, no.
No, she's not the type I would be bragging
No,
about.
that's what I wanted to say to her. I was like, I bet he wanted to take that to the grave, I'm pretty sure.
Tanya Lee Davis. No.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Bonnie knows who she is.
The
You know
little
who she-
girl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little girl.
Oh, I met her.
she's married to a very attractive man, and yeah, she really is. And my friend, one time when we were living in Los Angeles, we had lunch with her, and then we were leaving, and she goes, my friend goes, oh, there's three of us, and we were talking about how handsome her husband is, and my friend goes, why don't we have boyfriends? Why aren't we married to good-looking guys? And my other friend goes, because we're cunts.
So,
I told that
okay.
story kind of poorly. But,
Maybe take a quick call. We'll get back.
well, no, let's talk to Erin about his
I know,
thing.
but we got to go back and forth.
Just fucking come on.
All right, give
Erin.
us a call, 969-1969.
Aaron.
And we'll get you in a second, Denver.
Okay, so you're doing stand up in comedy, doing comedy in Canada, and then you realize like I got to get to the States.
Yeah.
Did you have dual citizenship or
No,
something?
I had to get a O1 visa, which took
Oh,
about
yeah.
2
You
got
years
abs?
or 3 years. I have abs now.
Let me see your abs.
Yeah.
We're gonna just keep asking you alternate
But
questions.
I had
together.
carbs the past day and a half.
Do you not eat carbs generally?
Oh,
Wow,
you got good abs.
he's got a nice body.
But there's that, like I'm retaining a bit of water on the bottom, but it's like a whole packet. Wow.
For my love.
You look like you had them implanted.
Yes.
though.
Well, he does. See, here's the thing.
Can you get
That's
abs
great.
No,
implanted?
because he does like
Yours look
1,000 sit-ups
surgical.
every
Really?
day.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
great.
he eats like a maniac, so.
But I eat too much. If I lost 10 pounds, I'd be fucking...
Yeah, you'd be shredded. I have my whole pack. Everything's even. My whole body's
My
very
chest is
proportioned.
fucking off the hook.
My
I love that. I've
watch
never
those.
heard anyone talk about themselves like
Ready?
this.
Are you ready?
Yeah. No, you got to be... Go ahead.
I'm
Oh, he's got
shit. You're
very
a bodybuilder.
for my love.
very big muscles. His arms are much bigger than yours.
Yeah, but
you know what?
Yeah, but you know what?
Can you come stand over here
Huh? Yeah, but look at...
together?
He's a body. That's what his job...
Rich, you really
you
could
look
have been
great,
wow.
Oh, what?
I gotta take a picture of this. This is
me in 10
insane.
years.
You guys look good. Who would have thunk it?
They look great, right?
Wow. Rich, don't do your arms like that. They look too skinny. You got to go up. You go up and he goes down. Okay, wow. Rich, your arms look ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Come on. The way you're doing it, you look like a scrawn.
Yeah, you gotta go out more.
You go behind him a little bit.
How do I do it?
Oh my God. Guys.
We could be tipping this.
Should I do color? I don't know how this happened.
I know, hurry up.
There.
You're in great shape. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Good. Nice. Guys.
Wait, let me see how fat I am.
No, you look great.
Oh, no, I look like there's something wrong with me. I don't look normal.
Yeah, no, you don't look normal. It's weird because you do kind of look scrawny next to him. I mean, not in a bad way, not in a bad way. You're more rock star.
Yeah,
He's more
you're more
Chippendale.
rock star.
Huh?
Yeah, mine's like bodybuilder. You're more like svelte, sexy.
How old are you?
43.
No, come on, stop.
Oh, okay, no.
We're in great shape for our ages.
Yeah. 43.
You guys
Yeah,
look
how
good.
old are you?
58.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
You look phenomenal.
Fucking, if I could just lose 10 pounds.
You don't eat before bed.
How do we do it?
Don't eat before bed.
I don't. It fucking thing's all clammy.
You gotta...
What? No.
Lewis just lost his mind.
Yeah.
Don't eat before bed.
You gotta go to bed hungry.
You eat during the day.
Do cardio, fasted cardio. Do your
I don't do
cardio,
cardio
as
ever.
soon as you wake up. Run the stair. You have stairs in your place?
I never did cardio
but he
in my life.
won't do cardio.
No.
I lift.
He will do no cardio.
I lift too, but if you want to get ripped, you either have to go on
a diet.
all fish.
Yeah.
6 weeks, all fish, and you'll have no fat left on your body.
But you also have no fun left in your life.
Yeah, I mean, you can eat candy and stuff. You can eat sugar if you're on that diet. You can eat candy. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're
all
just going to go into the all fish
and
diet.
candy.
What do you mean? What
But
do you have
no
for breakfast?
carbs, right?
No oatmeal?
Egg whites with no fat cheese.
Okay.
Salsa,
God.
stuff like that.
Does he eat carbs or no?
See, so many people say no fat. Someone says no sugar. Someone says no carbs. You know,
I know a guy that's 55. He's the most ripped you could ever see, and that's exactly what he does. And then once after that 6 weeks, then you can start to eat red meat and chicken again.
I haven't had red meat in 25 years.
Oh, I eat red meat still.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but you do it for protein.
Yeah. But then once you get shredded, you'll get sick of it. You'll be like, okay, I did it, and then you'll spend more time in the mirror than you will with her, and then you'll
He
be like,
already
all right.
does.
Really?
No, he's very. Look at him. He's very into himself.
The other day, I was jerking off in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I heard a voice that said, "Go to the mirror and look at yourself." And I came like a jackrabbit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's not gay because it's you.
I know.
But,
That's what's good about being twins. You don't need a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh God. Now listen.
Yeah,
You
okay.
don't fit the profile of most comedians. You know, most comedians are not. You know, bodybuilders, or they're not working out like that. Do you think when you get on stage, you have a little bit of a harder time?
Yeah, I
convincing
think I did
the
for
audience
a while,
that you're.
but now I think I just go up and do
You
comedy.
can cover. You can cover it up.
Yeah, but I don't like covering it up. I did for a while.
Yeah.
Then when I was an alcoholic, I got all fat, and I was like, "Oh, this is what a comic's supposed to look like."
sober?
Yeah, but I
How long?
I didn't go to meetings. I just started 19 and a half months.
I did a function Sunday in D.C., which we talked about. I hosted, there was about 20,000 people, and it was all on addiction awareness and sobriety, and Steven Tyler played, and Sheryl Crow, and I'll show you pictures later, but it was a whole big sober event with like fucking 20, it was amazing. Dr. Oz was there, and fucking all these speakers. It was cool.
That was great.
You would have loved it.
Now, why don't you go to meetings? What?
I just stopped. Like, I just white-knuckled.
One day you just decided this is not for me anymore?
Yeah. I was drinking like 4 bottles of wine a day.
Holy shit.
But you get high? Nothing? You do nothing?
You know what? Maybe once a month I'll take 1 puff of weed.
But why? There's no answer. You don't have an answer.
Yeah, and now I don't. Now it's been like 2 months since I did it.
That'll just lead you back to alcohol. It'll lead you back to because it's not what you're used to. It's not you can't quit chocolate cake and then all of a sudden eat vanilla cake because you're not going to go, hey, that's not the cake I want, and you'll be back.
Yeah.
Listen, I know addiction. I'm saying it's one day you're going to take a drag and go, this is not the high.
But also, okay, we got one. Becky on the line gets one ticket.
She knows his last name.
Becky, do you know his last name?
Jeff Leach.
Jeff Leach is correct. Do you have 4 friends so we can just do this all at once?
Do I have 4 friends? I don't know. They'd have to check the calendars first, but yeah, I got 4 friends I could probably round up.
Okay, so where is it at?
I don't know where. I gotta.
How you gonna give her free tickets?
I'm gonna just wait. You guys talk for a second. Hang on the line.
Okay.
Where you from, Becky?
I'm from Somerset. I've actually called you guys before.
Wait, we live right by Somerset.
Yeah, you guys are in Hillsborough, right?
No, don't tell people.
Stop. What is wrong with you?
Jesus, why don't you give her our address?
Becky.
Becky, didn't I sign something? Didn't I send you something or sign something for you or do something for you?
No, not that I remember. I haven't gotten anything in the mail.
Oh, no, it wasn't you then. Are you married?
No, I'm single, very much single.
How old are you?
Boring Somerset. I'm 29.
Are you hot?
I would say I'm hot.
Who do you look like?
I don't know, I'm like 5'3", nice rack, nice ass, pretty face.
You don't have to answer those questions.
No, when a girl says nice rack, nice ass, that's a turn on because she knows the right words.
Yeah.
Those are buzzwords for me.
Yeah, okay, I get it. She knows how to fucking turn you guys on.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that here. You're going to get the tickets. We're not that kind of fucking radio show where you have to be like, are you hot? I hate that. It's so gross.
Okay. Do you have morals?
Do you have money?
How's your credit?
I don't know if I have money. I mean, I'm a Jap from Central Jersey, so I've got some nice things.
Are you Jewish?
Yes.
So hot.
Okay, here, I'm supposed to read this copy for the show. Ready? Everybody?
Are we allowed to do this?
No, I was supposed to read this as a promo, so pretend it's just happening naturally.
Wait, a promo for who?
His show.
For the one we're working on?
Yeah.
You can't read promo. Just give her the tickets and tell her where to go. We're not reading promos for his fucking show. We don't read promos for our own stuff.
Oh.
Tell her where to go. She won 5 fucking tickets. That's it. We're not his
This is a non-ticketed event and only available to Soho House members and the show guest list.
Okay, so
it's at the Soho House.
On when?
Awesome.
This Sunday.
Sunday. So
give our producer
your name, and we'll put you on the guest list with
for 5 people.
For 5.
Thank you so much.
5 people. Okay, and
you can have 6 if you want, because otherwise it's a weird number.
Yeah, 6 people. No fucking guys if you can. Just 6 broads.
Guys, come on.
5 people's 1 car, though. 6 people's going to be 2 cars coming in from
Well, you don't
Jersey.
have to. Maybe, people will take their own cars.
All right.
Maybe they're going to take the train.
5 or 6, but give the producer your name and address. Not your address, your phone number or email, and you can come. It's a great show. Bonnie and I are on it Sunday. Okay.
Great. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, can't wait to meet you. Bye.
All right, she's not going to come.
But we did our due diligence on that.
Flirt with Jeff Leach.
What's the name of the show one more time for Jeff?
It's the Pretty Late but Not Incredibly Late show with Jeff Leach.
And we go up together at the end after we do our sets?
It's like stand up and then he interviews us.
Oh.
Okay.
Enough of this guy. He's getting on my nerves now.
Our call time tomorrow is 11 a.m.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm going to leave radio at 10. You meet me here at 10 tomorrow.
Okay.
We're taping.
Okay.
We're taping a show. We're doing some. We got stuff.
Great stuff
we gotta
happening.
do. It's like we get asked to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So so then you come to New York. You get in the scene right away. How come the guys at the Stand love you so much?
I don't know. I think
Well, he's a good host.
Comedy there. Yeah, and I never used to host before that, so they kind of believed in me and tried me out as a host.
But you don't try to go to any other clubs? You don't?
Yeah,
do you work the Cellar?
Not yet. No, I haven't gone there yet.
How about, where do you go, the Stand or
Gotham, do Gotham, Stand Up New York, New York Comedy Club, Greenwich, everywhere except, I just haven't gone to the Cellar yet.
Do you go on the road?
Oh, I don't go to the Strip anymore. I don't go to the Comedy Strip anymore.
Nobody does.
No.
What about Dangerfields?
No, I don't go to Dangerfields.
I haven't been there in 15, 20 years.
You're doing yourself a favor.
Do you go on the road a lot?
No, I try to stay here as much as I can.
Why? How do you make a living, though?
I host a lot and I run around a lot. So I try to do as many sets. Yeah.
So we're getting to the big event,
reveal.
the big reveal of what you've done. But in an average night before this crazy night that you had, how many sets would you do?
Weeknights, usually 3 weekends, between 5 and 8.
A night?
Yeah.
5 and 8 a night.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're hosting, so that's hard to do.
Yeah,
That's if you're not hosting.
Really, yeah. If I'm hosting, I'll usually lock down and do like 3. But I've had nights where I've hosted and then like run out and done spots. And
Okay, so say
difficult.
5 a night. What are they? $75 in the city?
Yeah.
No, for hosting it more.
Hosting
though.
it more.
Well, I'm not saying hosting. I'm saying 75.
Yeah.
So say 6 to make it even. $450.
Yeah.
$900 for the weekend during the week. So $1,000 a week in New York without leaving New York.
Sure.
It's decent living to not leave the city.
Right.
Now, do you live in Manhattan or Queens or Brooklyn?
Queens.
Queens. Do you have a roommate?
I have a lover.
A gal?
Yeah, a gal.
Do you have a gal?
Yeah, I got a gal.
Do you split a comic or just a regular girl?
She's a comic, but she has a day job, too.
Do we know her?
She teaches kids gymnastics. No, you haven't met her yet.
She's hot, right?
She's really cute and pretty and
That's
funny.
nice.
Yeah, she's
Jew?
great.
Jew?
No, not Jew. I took her to synagogue on Yom Kippur. She cried.
First of all, why do Jews that aren't religious go just 2 days a year and pretend they're fucking religious?
I only went 1 day a year, and I was in and out in an hour. And I was like, that's enough of the...
God knows if you're a good person or a bad person wherever you are in life.
Yeah. But more so in synagogue.
You think he's in every synagogue?
Yeah, it's amplified.
So, I mean, that's not bad. But you'll do some road gigs.
Yeah, I'll go on the road if the money's right.
What about Long Island, like Governors or any of those?
I have never been to those
Stress
places.
Factory?
Never been to those.
Why not? You would do great.
I don't know. I haven't
pursued
forcefully, No. I mean, I really love being in the city. So, I mean, what would I make? An extra $500 if I go on the road at this level? $1,500 a weekend? Yeah, I'll go. I mean,
see, I go on the road.
Yeah, but you get door deals and stuff like that.
No, I make more. I've been doing it a lot longer.
Yeah.
So, but I get to play golf all over the country.
Yeah.
And that's the main reason. This way it doesn't interfere with her life, that I'm still making money and, I play golf. And when I'm home, I could spend time with my family, So it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I work Vegas, I'm going to play golf 7 days or 6 days, or Florida, like when you go to Florida.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Florida, you can line up there's a million fucking one-nighters down there. That you could do a run and play golf every day and pay for your trip.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only reason, for me and I would think for you, okay, you're in the city doing comedy, you get to do 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, you go on the road. Let's even say you're middling. Let's just say you're middling, but you would close most of the rooms.
Yeah.
Even at middle, you're doing 25 to 30, so you're going to get to work on material more. If you're closing, you do 45 to an hour. So, yeah, you're making only a little more money, but your stand-up is getting that much better.
Yeah, you're stretching.
Because you get more time to work out stuff.
Yeah.
So, my theory or advice or opinion would be 2 or 3 weeks in the city, 1 week on the road a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For anybody, right? I mean, doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm going to start. I mean, November I'm going to Virginia for a weekend.
That's cool.
And then I go up and do Canada for a weekend in December.
Can you get a lot of work still in Canada since you were there?
If I want to, yeah.
But they pay no money, right?
I mean, it's decent club money. It's standard club money. Yeah, standard club money. But it's I have no desire. I mean, I'm so much happier here. I was never happy until I moved here. I was miserable in Canada.
Why?
But
it felt very competitive, the scene there, and I was just never. My whole life was to get out of there. All I was working towards was to get out of there. I just pictured I'd be much happier here, and I am.
Well, you'll get more here. Eventually, you'll get a lot of stuff. This is where you're going to get stuff here, or L.A., obviously. Connections and, but to me, working the time you get on stage is fucking invaluable, that you can't get in New York. When I come in New York, I just come to hang out. I don't give a fuck about 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless someone's in the audience, which is very seldom.
Yeah.
Unless you're in some hipster room, And I'm not degrading. Don't get me wrong. I love working the fucking stand. I love it. I could sit on that stool, especially when we do when we judge together.
I'll be there tonight.
You know, me and Nate, when we do those things together, it's fucking fun. The other guy was a little drunk and mean. He wasn't funny. You could be mean and funny. Like, we were mean and funny.
Yeah.
He was just mean.
Yeah.
You know, so
then what happened? You decided to break this record.
Yeah, I think I did 8 in a night one night, and I was like, oh, there's a lot more time. Like, I was sitting around for 2 hours at one point. I'm like, I wonder if I could just do like sets all night one night. So then I went home and just wrote down. I'm like, okay, I could go here, and I calculated the clubs, and I was like, okay, there's Greenwich, there's Eastville, there's New York, there's Stand Up. There's this stand, and I'm like, oh, that would be on its own. Then I decided to look into how many people had done the most, and I remember Tell did 12, Steve Byrne did 13 like 10 years ago, and I was like, oh, I could easily do more than that. So I wrote it down, I planned it out.
Well, so Steve Byrne had to lead at 13?
Yeah.
Ugh, 13 fucking audience had to see that?
Yeah. This was 10 years ago. And it was, and then I thought...
Well, I can say I don't like him personally. He pulled a chair from under me once.
Okay.
And I
really?
Yeah, we're at the Comedy Cellar, and I can't. I turned around. We're there, and he pulled my chair out, and I was on a date too, and I fell down, and I got up to go, and I just stopped.
Yeah, you don't want to punch somebody out in a comedy club.
Well, after they pulled a chair from under me, I guess it would be self-defense.
I don't know if I'd go that far. But
why? Because I didn't know if he would. It was anyhow. All I know is I stopped.
Yeah,
I stopped.
And then you didn't get along after that.
Why? Who would you like somebody to pull?
No, I wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah,
so it would be my instinct to probably try and punch somebody.
Yeah, and I don't know why I fucking stopped.
Yeah.
And he was sitting down on the bar. He was at the bar, and I go to sit down at the table, and he pulls.
Did he apologize?
I don't know. I don't know, but Sherrod, who's friends with him, called me later and said, hey, look, I think he was, she's sorry he did, or, I'm glad you didn't hit him, or what. I don't know, even know if I could have won the fight. He could be the toughest motherfucker on the planet for all I know.
Well, he knows some kind of
martial arts.
He doesn't know fucking shit.
No, he does.
No, he does. He got fucking punched in the head at the Strip.
Did he?
Yeah, on stage. Somebody came up and punched him in the fucking head somewhere.
So that's for Rich Voss.
And then he runs out of the club and he just shows up as he's going into his Bruce Lee closer and just punches him in the head. It's for Voss, fuckface.
So I'm not a big fan. So go ahead.
So he had it years ago, and then I was like, okay, I can beat this. So I put it down into a one sheet. I tried to pitch it to some people. I'm like, I wonder if we could get money to get this done. And then some people said no, and some people didn't get back to me. And then
what do you mean get money? You mean pay for your spots?
Well, I wanted to do a documentary. I was like, if I'm going to do it, I should do it as a doc, because it'd be a cool thing to do. And then I talked to a friend of mine, Matt O'Dowd, and this great producer, Erin Glass, who works for Morgan Spurlock's company. And they're like, yeah, it's not going to cost a lot to do it. Let's do it. So then I charted out all the sets, and then the week I was supposed to do 20.
Yes.
I was supposed to do 20. Is this a long story? And then
no, I like this part of the story that I think is funny.
It was supposed to be 20. And then a girl named Jessica Delfino, who you saw the other night at Roast Battle, who showed up and didn't roast but had a guitar. And I bumped into her on the Thursday. Sean from Comics Comic emailed me, and he's like, oh, this girl's doing 16 clubs tonight. I'm like, who's doing 16 clubs? There's nobody. So I researched, and they're like, this girl's doing 16 shows. And it was Jessica Delfino, and she was doing like a bunch of mics and bringers.
Why was she doing 16? Or trying to break a record?
She was trying to break Steve's record totally by coincidence. I hadn't released any of this. So on the Thursday, she goes running around, and I bump into her. On a Thursday.
She's doing 16 on a Thursday?
She's trying to do Thursday on a 16. I bump into her at like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, hey, did you hear? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's a weird coincidence. And she's like, how many are you going to do? And I'm like, at least 20. And then I thought, I shouldn't have told her that just in case. But I'm like, I'll do whatever I'm going to do. So she did 16, but 3 of them were on a subway platform where she was just playing guitar.
That doesn't count.
That's what I said. So
because it's not a club.
That's right.
Yeah.
I could just stand in the hallway and do fucking.
Yeah,
okay?
just walk into a 7-Eleven and
well,
start
I used to do that. Starbucks.
Yeah. Look at these chocolate bars.
I was setting you up, dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. If you say dumb, don't stutter on it. Do it again. Say it again.
You know what? You're just so...
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah, but as if I didn't know you did the Starbucks tour. It's all you fucking talk about. Anytime anything comes up, I did that! That was me!
No, God.
You're just such a fucking douche sometimes. I'm surprised you're not telling everybody you did 30 fucking sets somewhere.
I didn't want to bum them out.
Did you do 30 sets somewhere?
No,
Right.
No.
So,
Sorry,
did you hear my voice get all bummed out? Did
So
you?
go ahead.
Is this the end of this? And now,
Go ahead.
guess
Listen,
what?
Don't worry about her. I'm used to her. Being.
I just like I
I didn't know you were setting me up.
Look, a guy called in. He said, "Didn't like how you were talking to me."
Oh yeah, that was your fucking attorney.
And you haven't changed a bit.
God.
Do you want me to go back and then we could do the whole setup thing again?
No, do the
so
thing.
she
with,
did 3 on this subway platform, right?
Doesn't count.
Yeah, you could walk into a 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. See, he doesn't get it. He doesn't know what a setup is.
I didn't do 7-Eleven. She just said you could walk into a Starbucks.
I didn't say Starbucks because I thought if I said Starbucks, you'd be like, I did that! That's what I did! And you wouldn't understand that I was setting you up. So I said 7-Eleven because I thought you'd be like, oh, I used to do
The
go to
Starbucks
Starbucks tour.
and diners and bagel shops.
Okay, thank
and
you.
just start doing stand-up.
Yeah. Really?
It was a radio bit we did in the morning. And Kenny, Club Soda Kenny, who's Norton's, he works for in the morning. We would walk, like, Opie and Anthony used to be in this studio, and then they would cross the street and go to NEW on AM, right? Or the other way around. So in between the walkover, there was a 15-minute in between to the regular radio.
We're not going to get to your big reveal.
Yes, we are. Yes,
he's
we
not
are.
going to get the story done in
Yes,
time.
we are. And then in between, Club Soda Kenny would introduce me, like, ladies and gentlemen, to stand up, and I would just start doing stand up to the people online at Starbucks. I'd walk into a diner when they were eating breakfast. So it's called the Starbucks tour. That's all.
How was it?
I killed usually.
Sell merch out front afterwards?
No, that's funny. So you did. Yeah, I don't think the platform counts.
That's what I said. So I went home and I was like, just in case she did more than 6, she didn't release. She was like periscoping it all night. She didn't say how many she finished. So I was like, I'm going to do more. So I scheduled 26. And then we started at 4:05 in the afternoon. I went till 3 a.m. and I got 25.
But who has a 4:05 o'clock show?
It was the Creek in the Cave. So technically I did 17 club spots, 3 mics, 5 bar shows. That's the technical breakdown of it.
Did you get paid at any of them?
Yeah.
Out of the 20.
Did you miss any shows?
Yeah, I missed one. There was one I couldn't get to, but it was at LOL, so it didn't really.
Right.
Okay, so you did 26, you said?
25.
25. And I would say you got paid for 12?
No, less. I probably only got paid for, tell you what I made the whole night. I only made 3 and change. So
now,
but some of them were $50 spots. Like some was like a 6 p.m., some was a midnight. So some of them were $50 spots.
So now, the documentary, obviously they filmed before as you were setting it up with the clubs and all that.
Yeah.
And they went to all the clubs.
Did they deal with the I can't remember her name, Jessica? Did they deal with that aspect of it at all?
Yeah, we got pictures of it, and we got some like confession cam stuff of when I was trying to rearrange everything, but they didn't cover any of her stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So they can still go out, though, and cheat it.
Yeah, I mean, they could go and get her and be like, hey, what are you doing now? But I think at best, she tied Steve's record, right? I mean, at best.
Yeah, but it's a good storyline in the middle where you find out she's doing 16,
right. Yeah.
and you got to stop it.
Yeah. So we can interview her, and I think I got footage of when I found out, and then the next day trying to reschedule it and stuff like that. And then we got pictures in her Twitter feed and her Facebook feed and stuff like that.
What was your shortest set, and what was your longest set?
Shortest was 4, longest was 17.
Okay, so when I do 3 shows, I get mixed up sometimes on what I've done and what I haven't done. Did you ever
And that's
have
over
that?
a month.
Did you have...
Why would you get mad at a joke? Why do you?
I didn't get mad.
You looked at me mad.
I didn't. I just looked over. You spoke, I looked over, and then I went back to interviewing Erin.
Go ahead.
Are you that sensitive to have to laugh at everything you say?
No, but you...
Oh, husband. Oh, husband.
Fun car ride home. And then,
we're staying overnight.
Mr. Literal. No, did you ever have that sensation?
Yeah, once, but I was just like, did I already say? And then I said it anyways, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But it only happened once.
Wait, what was the question? I didn't hear that.
Is there any shows that were kind of bad?
Yeah, one was like 3 people, but they were smiling. Then there was another one where I was doing crowd work, and I asked some woman, I'm like, are you single? And she's like, none of your business. And then I got so juvenile. I was like, I wouldn't fuck you with his dick. And then I was like, what am I, a child? But most of them were really good. There was some really, really great ones, and then there was some like good ones, and then there was a couple like.
Did you get dinner at any of them?
I didn't eat at all. I had a muscle milk and a protein bar through 11 hours.
Wow.
I didn't have time to stop.
It's a real
and
workout.
eat. Yeah. It was insane.
But what about
I
that?
lost
I always
3
think about
pounds.
this because, you see like these documentaries or whatever where a guy's like, I am like walking through the jungle for 3 days or whatever. And he's like always talking about how hard it is. But then there's a cameraman doing it backwards with a huge fucking thing on his shoulder. Nobody gives a shit about him. He's doing the whole thing too. So you had like this camera crew that was working as hard as you the whole night. I mean,
is Spurlock going to produce it?
We don't know that yet. It's not. There's nothing committed.
Can you stop breathing into the mic?
I'm sorry. I'm breathing.
Gonna do it.
Yeah, but it's like this. Is Morgan Spurlock gonna produce it?
Yeah. The cameramen, they would get breaks because we had 14 people on the crew, so they'd like one team would run ahead to the next location. They'd have time to eat and stuff like that.
Oh, so.
And who financed it?
I did.
Oh,
you paid for 14 cameramen?
Yeah, well, not 14 cameramen. The crew was 14 people. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No sound, just all cameras. We didn't think about this.
The boom mics and all that.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, and there was even...
Did it cost over $100?
Yeah.
There's even people handing out, you had to sign waivers and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you just didn't put signs in the door?
Yeah, they put signs, but then, like, if an audience member's, like, if talking back with crowd work and stuff, they got to sign off. Some people wouldn't sign off.
So you pixelate them.
Is that what you do?
Yeah,
or
pixelate
you just
their
cut
face.
them out.
Yeah. Either way, you could pixelate them or cut them out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking amazing. That's amazing. I'm so glad you beat that guy. What's his name?
Steve Byrne.
Oh.
I wouldn't do it again. It's too much. It's exhausting.
Well, it's a lot of preparation.
Yeah. And
I think just even getting your spots for a weekend is a lot of preparation. It's a lot of,
The most I did was 7, I think.
I mean, you got to figure out, like, I don't know, getting your spots in and trying to figure out your times.
Yeah.
Can you make it?
And swapping stuff around.
Well, you could have actually done a lot more if it was prom season and you were at Dangerfields, because they just keep doing show after show after show.
That club, I don't like that club.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Note to whoever wants to break this record: wait till prom season.
20. No one's going to break that record.
Are you going to go on? Are you going to be able to get in like the Book of World Records or something?
I think so. It's not. There's no pre-existing Guinness record for number of comedy shows in a night, but there is a pre-existing record for most jokes.
Yes, and I met 2 people recently that apparently held that record at some point in their career.
It must be horrific to do that.
But isn't it for time on stage too?
I think the comic strip set one, remember, like years ago? Oh, and then like Chappelle and Dane Cook were going back and forth.
Like
doing
6-hour sets.
I think
and 8
longer.
How do they do that? Because don't they have to go to the bathroom?
They pontificate.
Maybe they would take the mic to the bathroom. You could be on stage for 6 hours without peeing.
I don't think I could.
I get up in the middle of the night to pee.
I pee all the time.
So I cut a hole in my bed.
Yeah.
That wasn't funny.
Oh, very funny, husband. Very funny. Well, how much time do we have left, Louis? Do we have time to take this call? This guy's from Canada.
Oh, another one.
Hi, I raped somebody, and I don't like you talking about it.
Jesse? Is this Jesse the rapist?
Yeah, not quite, but never even considered that. But no, not Jesse the rapist, just Jesse.
Okay, go ahead. What would you like to talk about?
Peeping Tom.
A little bit of see if I'm doing the right thing here. I've been in a situation the last couple of weeks with some in-laws and my partner. Been together 2 years or
Partners of male or female?
Female.
Okay.
Living together 2 years. Have a child, Maverick, 16 months old.
Aww.
Great.
Lame.
Our relationship's been pretty bang on. She's had a little bit of a drinking issue, but nothing that I thought that within our relationship terms couldn't work it out ourselves.
Speed it up.
This is what you sound like, Rich.
What's that?
Her parents have decided to come in 2 Sundays ago and demand a separation between us. My partner shut down. They were quite angry. I didn't want any confrontation.
Wait, why do they want you guys to be separated?
They feel that I'm the issue, that she's been drinking, and even though she was drank prior to our relationship, and I'm wondering if me backing off from this situation is the correct thing to do.
Okay.
Giving her... yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to help you real quick. First of all, when there's an alcoholic in the family, a child of the parents, most of the time the parents trying to find whatever excuse they can why their kid is drinking, and they always try to point the finger somewhere. Her work is too tough. Her boyfriend's an asshole. Her husband's an asshole. Whatever they do, nobody wants to look at their kids and say, hey, my kid is a fuck up. Okay? Nobody does.
I know that. She's also a single child that's been adopted as well, so they're very overprotective as well.
Okay.
So
And you guys have a kid you guys have a kid together, right?
Yeah, he's the best.
Well, her parents, what you should do is try to direct her parents to an Al-Anon meeting so they can learn about alcoholism. Okay? And maybe you should go to an Al-Anon meeting.
Are you a big drinker also?
Not really, man. I used to smoke a little pot and such, but at the beginning of the relationship, I read into it and such, and there was a stupid statistic. I find it stupid now that 70% of people who don't drink together break up, and it was like 90% of people who don't drink together fucking break up. So at the time, I drank with her, never aggressive or anything like that. It's just... it was definitely the stupid choice to do.
So you felt like you did enable in some way, you're saying?
Yeah, I definitely didn't shut her down. I didn't want to put her in a awkward position. I'm not, I thought that it wasn't so out of hand, and to this day, I still don't think it was so out of hand. And granted, every time we tried to get her to stop, she would accelerate and go out all night and stuff and leave me with the kid. And
okay, here, let me...
So you think at this point she needs help?
Oh yeah, I know she needs help, but I'm just wondering, like, is it the right thing to do to be given this family the space, and me being separated from my kid right now?
No. First of all, if she's a full-blown alcoholic, your kid's not safe with her. Okay, that's one, in my opinion, and it's pretty much quite obviously if she's staying out all night drinking, you cannot stop her from drinking. She has to do it on her own.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying to her parents, but they're just going off, man, and it's fucking tough.
They're pointing a finger because, like I said, they don't want, because their daughter's an alcoholic and drinking, so they're putting blame on themselves. Hey, how did we not raise her right? And why is she drinking? Yeah. Is it our fault? No, it's his fault. Okay? It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault. It's a disease. It's alcoholism. Okay? The way to stop it.
I want to work with it through her. I want to work up there.
Okay, we only have a minute. We only have a minute.
All good. Give it.
Try to go to an Al-Anon meeting. Get some literature on Al-Anon so you can learn about what a spouse is supposed to do in a situation like this. Maybe get some literature and get her parents some literature and go from there.
When he says literature, he means literature.
Whatever. Try to get some pamphlets and some stuff on Al-Anon and learn how to deal with it and what you can do and what they can do. And instead of everybody pointing a finger, see what you could do to help her.
And call us next week. Let us know what's happening.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Thanks for calling, Jesse.
Hey,
good luck.
All right. I have to call back. Is it this week every this time?
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's going to help.
All right, good enough.
It's called Al-Anon.
Hopefully, I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Good show, guys.
Thanks. What do you want to plug, Aaron, before we get out of here?
Be at Caroline's tomorrow night, Wednesday at 7:30, headlining. My friends Chris DiStefano and Ricky Velez will be there, and I'll be in Charlottesville, Virginia, November 13th and 14th. And my new book, American Etiquette, is on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, see, you're going on the road right there. Bonnie, what do you got coming up?
I've got the YYC Comedy Festival, but you got to Google it, in Calgary on Wednesday the 14th.
Okay, and this weekend I'll be at the New Hope Cinema Friday, Saturday in Minneapolis, and the 16th and 17th, Bonnie and I will be at the Red Clay Comedy Festival in Atlanta. Okay, Friday night doing a live podcast. Sunday night we're closing out the festival with a nasty show. Next month in November we'll be at the Boston Comedy Festival doing a live podcast. Come, they're fucking funny. Aaron, thank you for coming in. Congratulations on the 2,1700 sets.
Yeah.
The 25. And I hope the documentary comes out great.
Thank you.
And we will see you folks later.
Bye, everyone.
Buddy, go to Al-Anon, get some literature. Bye.